I think I dreamt about the future. We're going to have the ability to be bioengineered. Um, some type of bioengineering and resetting our bodies to our souls. So our souls are going to be there. However, uh, we will be re-bioengineered in the year, it has to be 40 something. I just dreamt about this today's Sunday, and I just dreamt about this crazy dream I had that um, about we were like somewhat like the Olympics, like, but in a way. Our bodies, we were in this team and we were in these pods, and these pods we we can do things. I don't know if it's like virtual reality, but it's very similar to it. But I myself was in this, and my name was a different name than Gene, but I was engineered as my name, Gene. So what happened in this is that we were a team. There were people from different cultures, and we set out a plan to do some. It's like a race, but somewhat similar to that. But it's more outer space, what like. And what happened during this time, one of the colleagues um, was we were handed a bag prior to the event, and we know that we won't be able to use it, so we actually gave it back to the people that were going to hold it. This was some type of compound. It was an aluminum. Actually, only one person kept it, and that person, when we went through the bioengineering, and when she was going through the process, that compound actually melted her. And all of us, for some reason, I was the only one to see this, but everybody else was kept in their chambers, like a pod chambers. And they were asking, why aren't we, after this event, why are we being held? And they were being held in this circular pod. There was just our bodies. We didn't have, we were like naked, but we didn't have the ability to see one another. So for some reason, I was the only one seeing this. While they were working on this the one lady, the compound that she had opened during the race when she was doing this in the pub, there's a cycle that we all have to go through. And in this big cycle is basically bringing our bodies into our soul. And it's crazy. I just saw it. And in that process, our hair, our skin, our nails, everything is actually being 3D printed. And in this case, the 3D printing with the compound caused an issue, and she became like a embryonic sac that wasn't fully born because of the compound. So she died, supposedly. We all knew something was going on because although we weren't knowing that we were there, we all knew we were all there. It was like a process that's been there for years. So we rejected, and we decided that this was something was going on and we weren't being told. So therefore, we demanded, Well, it turned out in the long run they were trying to hide from us the fact she was dying, and they were redoing her acceptable so that we know that the compound, we knew that the compound was going to be a defect in her if we saw it. And um, so they were trying to restore her as close as possible to, like, I would say maybe like a freeze, like if you were freezing somebody, you know, they would be kind of frost and stuff, but at least they have the hair. Well, during the compound, it didn't have that. It was just only veins and the structure of the body. So we found out that was happening to her. So we all had to be remetamorphosed. We all had to go through all that. And in this process, I was actually in the process of getting my body realigned with my soul. Therefore, we can all be together again, because I think during this time and space, and we their love will always win, and love will always be important. And I'm thinking that that was very powerful. We demanded that we to see her, and if we didn't, we were going to expose the company or the bioengineering that was going on. So, in this case, we exposed it. But you know what? This is the turn here, is that we knew if we can go back in time before we got those packages, that we will all have to be, we will all know for her not to keep it and then send it away until we complete this turn of events. So what happened is that we went back in time. It's crazy. And we became all bioengineered, and we started from that time where we got the package, and we had told her to delete it or get rid of it, because in the cycle of metamorphosing like a cocoon, that will cause a problem. And we got her back to life. I've seen it. We went through it, and we all waited for her because she was the last person that was in that rotation. And I saw it. It was like day and night. She became bioengineered 3D. This sounds crazy, but I had to record this. So we went through the steps of them telling us who we are, that we're really the same person. We were all making jokes about the past, about people's names. And I had a weird name. It was like, it had Gene in it, but there were other names involved. Our bodies, I actually felt it being made. And when it came to my lungs and my soul, before they pushed you through this pod, that it tells you who you are and what you're working with, numbers with letters, and we all come from the chamber, and then it puts us out. It opens the door, and we start walking, and everybody like in a line, and everybody was, kind of drowsy and stuff. But we were all laughing because it was like we couldn't believe that this was happening. So, I mean, we did, but it was so new. And it was dark metal, a lot of metal, dark metal, and number pads, clear glass number pads. So I wanted to share this with you.